But this is used in every sector of the global economy. This is used in one, but that's because it's one market, one place. That's why it's fragile. Well, we have to see if what's going on in the crypto space is going to be a permanent test. And if it is, that's a very good thing, to be perfectly honest with you, because Wall Street's crypto engine loses power as ETF flows reverse. And this is I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit shocking to me, because clearly the stance in Washington is to support these crypto assets. So the fact that they're having trouble doing it could be quite telling. But you really have to understand that they're used in one place. This is my physical representation of a Bitcoin. One place it's designed to look like this physical gold. It is not, and they are not the same. And so now we're going to get to see what actually is going to happen, because the difference, well, there's lots of differences between the two, but this is used in every sector of the global economy. This is used in one. And so if they're counting on ETFs to support these markets and Wall Street is voting against them, which is, again, I'm a little shocked that we're not seeing these making new highs with all the support that they've been given. But that's because it's one market. So if demand goes away in one market and that's the one you're counting on for price support, you got a problem. And that's really what I talk to all the time about gold and silver being used in every single sector of the global economy, not just one place. So if demand weakens over here, it could strengthen over there. And that's why gold and silver are sound money and cannot be inflated away, this other stuff. Absolutely. Any of it, dollars, cryptocurrencies, those are outside of your control and absolutely inside of the system's control. And is it not obvious to you yet that the goal is to transfer your wealth their way, but they need you to volunteer it? So Bitcoin plunge hits market makers in a fragile trading landscape. Why is it fragile? One place. That's why it's fragile. So you're going into this massive currency transition that we're already in, a resetting system. You have a choice. You can go into it with this stuff, right? One place. And you know what you're going to end up with? It's a big fat goose egg, because you can only convert this stuff into this stuff. But gold and silver, sound money, has proven itself for thousands of years. Is this the test? Maybe so. Maybe so. I don't know for sure just yet. We're about to find out. But I'll tell you what makes a whole lot more sense to me anyway, to find out from a nice, safe, stable position. They can create as many cryptocurrencies as they want. That is not a limitation. But physical gold and silver, there's a finite amount. Cryptocurrencies used in one place, gold and silver used every place. This is your bazooka, but it's also the time for you to decide what you want for not just your future, but for your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren and all the generations that are going to come. Because if we put them in a full surveillance system, they will lose all opportunities and all choices. Is that what you want for them? Or we join, how about this? The global sound money movement and demand that we have redeemable gold back in the monetary system again. I'm sorry, friends. That's the only way that I can see us taking back control, because if you don't have any tools to hold these guys' toes to the fire and it's not your votum, that's an illusion. Sound money that is redeemable, that if you don't like what you're seeing our government or our central bank do, you can pull this out and force fiscal responsibility. You and I have to be fiscally responsible. Don't you think it's time that we demand that same level of fiscal responsibility from those that are leading this charge? I do. And I know 100%. I know if we can come together in global community, just by buying gold and silver, we have a shot at demanding redeemable gold be back in our system again. We can take back that control and we can take away inflation. Inflation is not a monetary phenomenon. On a gold and silver standard, You had just had EEAs and flows. It's on this fiat money system where winners and losers are chosen via the printing presses that we need to eliminate, and we can do it. I know we can. So until next we meet, please be safe out there.